Graham Stephan, Andre Jig and Meet Kevin are all scammers. Or are they? Let me explain. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today is a very straightforward video, just my opinion, because right now I think it's very much relevant that we talk about it because so many people are demonizing influencers and finance YouTubers and others for promoting scams like FTX and BlockFi, which recently went bust. Now, first off, in hindsight, we're always smarter, right? Looking back, it's always easy to criticize because obviously we know what happened, right? Just a couple of months ago when crypto was dominating, everybody was excited to jump on the train and capitalize on the gains and the great staking rewards and cashbacks and all these things, and all sounded amazing, and nobody ever really finger pointed that, it sounds maybe too good to be true, or what would happen if the prices drops, as we've seen right now what happened, right? Heck, they sponsored some of the biggest sporting events around the world. They even branded an entire arena in the US FTX Arena. I mean, it just shows you everybody was happy to get the money, to get the benefits. People were eagerly signing up to those exchanges using the referral link to get those benefits, and nobody really had a problem with that until the day reality kicked in, the prices dropped, and obviously they went out of business. And FTX actually did turn out to be a huge scam. That's really bad, and there's no excuses FTX can issue because they really messed up investors' money and they really should be held accountable for it. Now, on the other hand, people promoting such exchanges like Andre Jig and Graham Stephan, they were obviously sponsored by such exchanges, and I'm sure in the process made hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in sponsorship money from them. But should they be held accountable for it? Now, I know in the kind of times we're living in, the cancel culture and blame culture, where it's very easy to finger point and say, yes, absolutely, they should be locked up, they should be held accountable. But honestly speaking, guys, I think it's very easy to blame. But let's be honest and think about it for a second. Sequoia Capital, SoftBank, and even BlackRock, the biggest money manager in the world, they lost more than $24 million. Now, I know for them it's like a drop in the ocean, but still that means a company with the smartest analysts, people, investors in the world working there thought it would be a worthwhile investment and put their money into FTX. SoftBank, another massive investor around the world, lost around $100 million. So obviously those people also got tricked. So honestly, I think it's a bit too easy to finger point at a few YouTubers and other influencers saying they should have done the due diligence. I mean, obviously they can't go there, look into the books. Not even the government has done anything about it. Even right now, the SEC is trying to investigate the books. If for them it takes so much time, how could a YouTuber or any financial influencer for that matter do such a deep dive and analysis? It's just not possible, right? Now, I think that's very different to promoting some kind of scam coin that nobody ever heard of, which is a pump and dump scheme where you put some random coin, people invest in, and then only the creator of the coin, they run away with the funds and the coin crashes. And that's a whole different story. I think that's definitely scammy and people should be held accountable for that. But promoting an exchange that has been trusted and invested in by really vetted investors from around the world, I mean, honestly, I think that's really proof enough that it is a solid exchange. Now, I myself have not promoted them, but I could have. I would have trusted them. They did seem legit. I just didn't like the interface and the app as much because I'm using Nexo. But who knows? Maybe next up, Nexo might be crashing, right? And then everybody says, well, all these people promoting Nexo should be held accountable. But the same could be said for any investment vehicle. I mean, some people say you should buy Apple because it's a great stock. Now what? Apple price is dropping. Should those people be sued or held accountable? Obviously not, right? Again, it's different to promoting a pyramid scheme that people obviously knew about it and you willingly promote it. And also, let's be honest, people on YouTube here, I mean, while they obviously have the interest of building a community, growing the subscriber count, etc., let's be really real here. None of them, and I include myself in this as well, we're spending hours recording these videos, thinking of these ideas, coming up, doing research, etc., editing it, putting it out there. Some of them doing it over years. Do you really think they do that for free because they have an altruistic motive? Some of them they might do, but at the end of the day, you also obviously need to make a living and want to get paid for it. And even add money on YouTube, right? The entire YouTube platform exists because people are advertising on those videos, right? So I'm sure when you look at YouTube over the years and hundreds of thousands of people running ads, some of them are pretty scammy, right? Now, should YouTube be held accountable for every scammer out there that's advertised? Obviously, they have a keen interest to reduce those, but they don't do a background check on every single business advertising because, that might be misleading. Now, they are obviously cracking down and I really appreciate that, but at the end of the day, they're not checking the financial books. They're simply saying, listen, this is an advertising, we think it is suitable, but it's up to you if you buy it or not. And ultimately, it's up to you with anything to make your own decision and your own due diligence. And I really can't stress this enough. I mean, just look at what's happening with Balenciaga recently. Everybody loved the brand. Some of the biggest influencers in the world, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, all of them were sponsored and worked with Balenciaga, and they were growing and they were doing huge things. But recently they came up with a really messed up campaign actually. Just go on Google, put in Balenciaga and click under news, you will see what's happening. It's really, really bad for the brand and they're really screwed up. And I really think they should be held accountable because they knowingly screwed up, they knowingly did that, so they should pay the price for it. But once again, can we now demonize any influencer who ever promoted Balenciaga in the past? I really don't think so. I mean, they had no idea at the time, and at the time everything was fine. Now, a few years later, they came up with such a campaign. Obviously, those influencers, they may not align with these values anymore, and a lot of them are dropping off. At the time, it was completely different. At the time, everybody loved it and everybody supported it. I think we really have to differentiate it and go away from immediately demonizing people and calling them scam artists. And I really think in this case, none of the three, Meet Kevin, Graham Stephan or Andre Jig, are scam or con artists. I really think they're doing a great job. They put so much great value and content out there. Yes, they have been wrong about this, and obviously most of them came out with an apology video, taking ownership of the mistake, and obviously removed the collaboration with them going forward. And again, guess what? Now people making fun. You know, here we go, yet another sponsorship, another link that you're promoting, another app you're promoting. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, how else do you think they're gonna make money? So I think it's really legit, and actually a lot of you are watching to get advice, get recommendations. But ultimately, it's really up to you to make your analysis, deep dive, and therefore informed decision. Don't deflect blame on others. They're just here to recommend and point things out. Whenever I invest, I don't just watch one video of a particular app or platform, but I do my research. I Google, I go on YouTube, I watch a couple of different creators on that platform. I go on Trustpilot, I go on their website, see where they're registered, and make my own informed decisions. I don't just go on YouTube, follow one person because he said I should do that, I immediately do that. I mean, that would just be ludicrous, right? I think it's time to wake up, get real, take ownership of our own decisions rather than blaming others for our own failures. So I know, guys, it's a little bit controversial and some of you may disagree, and if you do, then please let me know in the comments what your opinion is about it. And yes, as you can see in the description under my video, I'm also promoting different platforms. I'm not sponsored by them, I'm just promoting them because I'm using them myself and I really love them at the moment. However, if that changes, I will also change my recommendations. I think we have to be really real here. We're living in the moment. I can't predict what happens 1 year, 2 years down the line, but ultimately it's you who should make their own decision. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.